Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tommy.
And this is
T2 Baseball.
Today we're going to talk about defensive maneuvering when hit to the infield positions with one runner on. I want to ask you something first. You had a lesson today, and what did you practice?
Well, I practiced pitching, and I also practiced catching with
Blocking, right?
Yeah, blocking, catching.
Blocking, moving left and right.
Yeah,
Lateral movement.
and not moving at all.
Right. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those balls can come in pretty fast, and they can hit you, and sometimes they get you in a good place, and it kind of stings for a little bit. So you got to kind of be tough to be a catcher, right?
I don't know if it's about a good place.
Right. So anyway, this is what the defensive maneuvering looks like. Okay, the first scenario is going to be hits or balls batted to the infield with a runner on first.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that plays out. So it's already set up, and then
it's going to be ball hit the pitcher.
Right now, it's going to be hit to the pitcher to start. So the ball's hit, pitcher grabs it, he turns, throws to the second, and then he throws to first for a double play. Now, did you notice? We'll reset it for a second. The shortstop and second baseman are playing at what's called double play depth. What that means is that they're playing kind of close to the second base bag so that they can get a throw there. So let me do this again. So we'll start the play, and then we'll talk about it here. Okay, so now the first thing that happened obviously was the pitcher came in, picked it up. He turned to look to second and realized he had a play there, so he threw the ball to second.
And then he threw it to first.
And then they threw it to first. So to the first thing, the catcher came down the line here to back up the throw.
And right field.
Right. The right fielder came in, and he moved over to here to do that as well in case the throw gets away from the first baseman. And one thing I want to mention, you saw the center fielder and the second baseman. The second baseman moved out to back up that throw if he needed to. The left fielder came in.
And the third base also started to go that way a little.
He did a little bit.
He kind of went that way a little.
A little bit. So the thing to think about here, one of the things with this is that the pitcher fielded the ball, and this was an ideal situation. If that runner at first had started running sooner, he would have gotten to second. He might have beat that throw. So one of the things the pitcher has to do in this situation is think about if he needs to send that, if he needs to actually throw that to second or not, because you always run the risk of an error happening there, and if you're not going to make it, there's no point in throwing it. And if there's nobody there, so you just throw it to. So in this case, he just threw it to first, which would be the sure out, and that's a lot of times what you should do. Okay. So the next one will be hit to. Okay, why are you resizing that? The next one will be a hit to the.
Let's do second.
No, first. Let's do first.
Okay.
First.
Then second.
Okay, we'll go around the horn. Start it off.
So the ball gets hit to first base.
He fields it, right?
Yeah, and then he fields it to shortstop, which is covering second, and then shortstop throws it to first. For
the second out. Okay, so tell me what happened here with the players.
So center field came in, he started to back the throw up to first when the first baseman fielded it, and right field started to go in this way to try to back first base and up. And the catcher came to back up the throw back to first base.
Right.
And
what did left field do?
Yeah, left field came in and to back up the throw from first to
shortstop. Okay.
And second base just came also.
Second base was actually making a play. He's backing up the first baseman and fielding that. You notice that?
So he could have caught it.
If it got past the first baseman, those two guys would be there.
The third base came to third just in case they thought maybe there's something happened here and the ball would get overthrown and he could keep running.
Possibly.
To third
but notice,
base.
Go ahead, move farther. So but look, the second baseman moved behind the first baseman in case he was going to have to make that play. The right fielder came in case he was going to have to make that play. So again, one of the things here to remember, if that first baseman had to field that ball any farther over, or he couldn't get back to that first base, right?
Yeah.
The pitcher had moved over
So
in case he needed to go
yeah.
to first base to get that throw.
to cover it.
Right, but the first baseman got back in time. Any ball, if you're the pitcher and any ball hit to your left side, you start moving over towards first base because you might need to take a throw there. Okay, so then again, the catcher backed up and so forth. All right, so then we'll do it.
First.
We did first.
2 seconds.
Hit the second. Okay, the ball's hit the second.
And
They throw
he throws it to shortstop, covering second. In case it got hit to shortstop, second would have covered it.
Okay, so what happened with the right fielder?
The right fielder started to go left to back up the throw to.
Well, he was
if something happened,
he's backing up the batted ball.
Yeah, he's also backing up. He's also backing up this. The batted ball, and a catcher's going behind for first base.
Right. Now remember, the catcher only goes to first base if two things happen.
If there's a runner on.
If there's nobody on, or there's a runner on first.
If there's only a runner on first, yeah.
Right. And if there's not going to be a throw there, he doesn't go over there. Just so you know. If there's not going to be a play at first base, he does not go over there.
And also the pitcher starts to go into home and then it comes back.
The pitcher is first he was kind of going to field the ball.
Yeah, because look, he was coming in to home, but then he saw that that the ball
look at all the way at the end.
That the ball was about to get thrown to.
The pitcher was making an attempt to field the ball.
Yeah.
Mostly. He doesn't really have a job in this situation. He just needs to stay out of the way.
Yeah, but he did come in just in case the runner started to go home because the catcher backed up.
He could. That would be very unlikely in this case, though. But as far as the left fielder, of course, came down here. He's going to back up anything. If anything happens, he can get a throw. He can also cover some things if he needs to, and so forth. So then, all right, we'll do...
Hit to third.
Third.
Should be a shortstop one, too.
Third is first.
No.
Ball's hit to third. He picks it up. The second baseman to first.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the path of the ball, basically. Catcher. What did the catcher do?
Well, the catcher came again. The catcher went over again. Here.
Okay.
The right fielder
came in, and he's blocked.
Center field really didn't do that much. It just went here.
He moved over a little bit. Left fielder and the shortstop both moved to be able to possibly, if they had to pick up that ball. So if the...
There should be a racer, a racer.
So if the third baseman missed it, you see the left fielder and the shortstop were coming in case they had to pick it up.
He could have thrown it to first base.
You could have. Here's the thing with this. You don't always have time for double play. Sometimes, if that runner has taken off early, he'll make it to second before they get a play, especially if he's very fast.
Okay.
So often you have to take the sure out, which means just throw it across the first base. Right?
Oh, and if anyone wants to know, this black thing right here, you probably can see it here, is him sliding.
That's him sliding into second.
Yeah, we finally realized
that.
So
here's the thing. If there's two outs, sometimes the easier and better play is just to throw right to first.
Yes.
If there were already two
So
outs.
just 2 outs, it doesn't matter where you throw it to. Unless it's far away, then you would want to take the shorter route.
If it's an easy play to throw it to second, that's fine.
And if it's a harder play to throw it to second, throw it to
first, if there's already 2 outs. And if you don't think you're going to get that runner running to second, throw it to first because you'll get it out there. Okay, so now it's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. And this is what that looks like. Shortstop fields it, throws to second, and then throws to first for the second out.
You could probably put it to that.
Okay, so what happened here, center fielder came over to back up the batted ball.
The right fielder came in a little bit.
Right, the right fielder came in a little bit. The left fielder came over to also back up the batted ball in case it got past the shortstop.
Catcher came over to back up.
Yes, he did. Second baseman moved over to cover second. Third baseman is going to cover third if he needs to. He also made his way this way because the ball actually traveled that way as well, so he could have possibly fielded it if it was slow enough. And then he might have picked it up. So watch it again. Anything else?
I was gonna say you could also just like, you could be like, the ball goes.
Yeah, the path of the ball. Yep.
And it could have gone.
So these,
here.
like I said, these two
Could have
guys.
gone here, or it could have gone.
Yes, the right fielder came down, and he was backing up the throw to second baseman. So if it got past the second baseman, he would make the play on it, and he'd pick it up, and it wouldn't be a disaster. And we're back. What did you think of all that?
Well, I thought it was like, it's pretty fun to look at this like app that we got, and it's pretty fun to like see what all the positions. It's a lot more complex than I thought it was, because like there's a lot of backing up, and I didn't know that there's that much backing up, and every position can go to somewhere. So
Pretty much, it's a lot to think about, and I think, and this is fairly simple right now. We're only talking about having, like say one runner on it, right?
yeah, there's like two runners, a third and second runner,
and we haven't even gotten to what happens when balls
Fly
are hit to the
balls.
outfield. Exactly. So just a lot to think about. Again, I said this last time. It's like a big machine with lots of gears and moving pieces, and once something happens, it affects this and this and this and this. And if these people aren't in the right place, these positions aren't backed up properly, bad things happen.
It's like the game of life.
It's like the game of life. I guess it is. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Tell all your friends. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe. And we will see you next time.
Give it a thumbs up.